things are gonna get better now. But you're still a drunken slob. Things are gonna get better now.
Things just got a whole lot better on a Tuesday. It's Headbangers and Hooligans. As always, thank you for listening. And when you're scummalicious, okay, and I'm kind of talking in third person here, I don't know why, but when Scummalicious wakes up in the morning, he doesn't know what the mood is going to be, right? Because it can't be just all flowers and sunshine every day. Sometimes Scummalicious wakes up and it's doom and gloom, like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. There's a darkness, but not this morning. It is sunshine and blue skies. When dreams come true. I was gonna do a MXPX thing there. I'm glad I didn't actually. Anyway, obviously, a little excited this morning because I get to talk about the band I love, and you know how much I love this band, the Bouncing Souls. Rank 'em. Best to worst, and I'm doing it with just the 10 studio albums. You know, I know they have some EPs and live recordings. This list is just their 10 albums from worst to best. And just a little while ago, I uploaded it to the Facebook page the picture that I took with him when I met him at the Warped Tour in 2001. Yes, when the Warped Tour was still worth going and seeing. And also my tattoo of the Bouncing Souls. And just a great moment, you know? A band that I really, really love. And I meet them in person, and they're so fucking awesome. Trust me. And hell, you've heard me talk about it. People, or especially with some of the friends that I talk to that have met bands that they really liked, and then they find out they're assholes. That is such a huge disappointment. And, you know, I just don't understand that. I get it. You don't want to be bothered every time by a fan to sign something, you know. I get that. It's just like, you know, can I have a minute to myself until, you know, just to get away from people? But when it comes to your fans, you should be somewhat nice, right? You know, I'm not saying that, you know, you should be fondling their nut sacks. I'm just saying it's good to appreciate the people that have bought your music and come to see you play at your live shows. And just a great feeling. So yeah, you can go check them pictures out. And I know I posted them before a while ago, but it's the Bouncing Souls, so I never get tired of posting their stuff. Let's do this. Best to worst. And also, I want to add before I start this, there really isn't a bad Bouncing Souls album. I know I come off as a fanboy, but I'm just being honest. And I know what you're saying. Oh, from the motherfucker that bitches about people that love everything a band does because they're the fans of that band. I know. But they really haven't. Because it pains me. It does. It makes it very painful for me to say worst when it comes to the Bouncing Souls. They're just too good of a band to have a worst or bad anything. Yeah. And you know what? I am a fanboy. I don't care. 1989, New Jersey. Think about that. Together almost 30 years. And their lineup has been pretty stable throughout. Greg Adanito, the singer, bass player Brian Kindlin, who drew an amazing picture on my shirt, by the way. I need to upload that. What an artist. Guitars, Pete Steinkopf, and the newest drummer, George Rebelo. He, of course, was the drummer for Simplicity, released last year. And before that, we had Michael McDermott, who was the drummer for 13 years, and then Shaw Kitschy before him, who I believe it was from 89 to 2000. So think about that. Pretty stable lineup for, like I said, going on 3 decades. Not easy to do. But that's how they roll, people. Number 10, 2012, Comet. I guess the word I want to use with this album, disappointing. They just didn't have a lot of songs that, reached out and grabbed me. And that, for me, I always expect that on a Bouncing Souls album. They're at least going to have 4 or 5 really, really good songs. And I just didn't get that with Comet. Now, I have to say, over time, the album's grown on me. It's gotten a lot better with age. Like a fine wine. Why did I just say that? I don't even fucking drink wine. And I understand a lot of people make their own wine now. I don't know how they drink it, though. That shit gives me heartburn. Big time. Tell you what, I better... If I take a sip of wine, I gotta take like 5 Rolaids before I do that, because I'll be up all night with acid reflux. Told you, never know what you're gonna get on these podcasts. Static, pretty decent song. Greg sings, "Do you hear the voice on the radio screaming noise, noise, noise?" That was a pretty solid song. I liked Coin Toss Girl. They did a video for that. And the last track, Ship in a Bottle. Really catchy song. It starts out with an acoustic guitar, and it's catchy. Solid album. That's what I'll call it. A solid album. Just not their best. So number 10, Comet. Number 9, Maniacal Laughter. Second album, came out in 1996. This one has 2 or 3 songs that are kind of a staple of their live shows. If you're a hardcore Bouncing Souls fan like me, you know what I'm talking about. Lamar Vinoy, oi, oi, oi. And who doesn't love saying that over and over? Oi, oi, oi. Even AC/DC does. Oi. Dun. See the sunset on your TV screen. Na na na. Oi. Oi. I know. Get fucking sidetracked all the time talking about the Bouncing Souls and I end up talking about AC/DC. BMX song, and then the cover of Born to Lose. And kind of go out on a limb here. Born to Lose, the Bouncing Souls version, is way better than the original. If you want to listen to the original, I think it's Tony Hawk, Skater, one of them, 2, 3, or 4, or how many he has out. It's on there. I was born to lose. I'm telling you, the Bouncing Souls version, just so much fucking better. Number 8. Their self-titled came out in 1997. Their third release, Say Anything. That was the first song I'd heard from them. I think it was on a Punkorama CD. Wow. The only thing I hate about that song is it's not long enough. It's only like a minute and 17 seconds long. I want to let you know I can do anything, but I never show you how I really am. So fucking catchy. And of course, when I seen Say Anything, I was like, that's the movie. John Cusack, remember that? Where he's holding up the big ghetto blaster, the boom box, and he's playing, I think it's Peter Gabriel, right? All these, I can't remember the song. It was a real cheesy song, but it was kind of cool in the movie. Cracked, Kate is great. Yeah, when I bought this and I put it in the CD player, I was like, yes. And Greg, and especially at the time, he didn't sing with the nasally voice, which he never has. That was the big thing. You know, MXPX and all those other bands I talked about. You know, they sing through their nose. Not Greg. Number 7, Simplicity. 2016, the Bouncing Souls were back. 4 years later, after Comet, I really like this album. And I did go a little fanboy with the review of it. I mean, it just happens. But some really good songs, and of course, George Revlo, first album he drummed on with the band. Writing on the Wall. With the writing on the wall, that nice, awesome chorus that you get with the Bouncing Souls. They're good at those choruses. Tightrope, Gravity, and how about Up to Us? The closer, the last track, and the video that they released with that. Oh my goodness, was I amped. You know, it's up to us now. Greg singing about kind of all these bands that have come and gone, and they're still going, and it's up to them. It's up to them to keep bringing us the cool punk music that we love, not that emo shit and screamo and like you know what I'm talking about. That song, I think it's their best song that they've had in like 10 years though. That song alone makes it a great album. Seriously. Number 6, The Good, The Bad, The Argyle. Their debut came out in 1994. What I really, really love about this album, you know, I mentioned John Cusack and Say Anything. 80s, the decade of the 80s is just everywhere on this album. You know I love my 80s. And I Like Your Mom. First song. That's how they kick off this album. I like your mom and it's so rad. I want to marry her and be your dad. I like your mom. I like your mom. How can you not like that song? The Guest. These are the quotes from our favorite 80s movies. Yes, all I have in this world is me, my drums, and you. And Joe Lies When He Cries. Can you remember that? That was in Say Anything too, where John Cusack's friend wrote like whatever it was, hundreds of songs about her boyfriend Joe. It's just so awesome. And I know there's a lot of people that don't love the 80s like I do. I get it. I'm a little extreme on it. I just can't help it. And then Some Kind of Wonderful, the title of the song. Remember the movie? Eric Stoltz, you know, his friend, she's the drummer, but he likes Leah Thompson, and he takes her out on the, you know, the gigantic date, and it's, you know, like the unpopular kids and the hoods, you know, his buddies, they become friends in detention, and then he shows up at the end of the movie to beat up the asshole. I think it's Hardy. Yeah, that's his first name, Hardy. Yeah, it's Hardy Jens. That just screams asshole with a name like that. But I know, I'm getting all nostalgic on you. Great album. And I love the production of it. It's raw. And that's the way it should be. Number 5. Excuse me as I fuel the fire. Nice. A little tea. You know I like my tea. Ghosts on the Boardwalk came out in 2010. And the way they released this, like they released a song each month. Or something like that. It's been a while. 7 years. And you're expecting me to remember something fucking 7 years ago? I can't remember what I did 7 minutes ago. But really, really, really like the way they did that because it was unique. You know, we're not going to release the whole album at once. We'll give you a song at a time, just something different. And Ghosts on the Boardwalk celebrated 20 years. Man, that's just 2 decades. Think about all the bands have come and gone over 2 decades. Gasoline, the opening track. Yeah. And there's a line in there. Greg sings, "Fuck me hard, so I want more," or something like that. I remember listening to that going, wow, Greg, going for that sticker, aren't you? Explicit lyric sticker. I ain't hating on you. Ghosts on the Boardwalk, the title track. I love that song. You know, I talked about It's Up to Us. Ghosts on the Boardwalk is right up there. Where the city meets the sea. I can't tell you, it gives me little goosebumps when I think about it. You know, it's one of those songs, I don't live by an ocean. You know, I don't have a boardwalk that I can walk on. But when I'm listening to that song, I'm on the boardwalk and I'm looking at the ocean. That's how you write a song. I'm in that song. And we sing along. Really, that track, when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, it's okay. But wow, over time, I sing along all the time. Number 4. I'm a hopeless romantic. Da-na-na-na-na-na. You're just hopeless. 1999. I can't believe that. It's 2017. Almost 20 years ago. Sorry, the whole time thing has been messing with me a lot lately. Everybody's posting pictures of their kids and their grandkids. And like the grandkids are grown up, and I remember when they were babies. Just time is getting weird on me right now. The title track, how can you not love that? Also, by the way, I have that shirt for Hopeless Romantic, and I think it's pretty cool. They sent me a Pepsi shirt. You know, it's blue collar. Looks like something the merchandisers would wear if they were stocking up the shelves at grocery stores and stuff. And then on the back it has the Hopeless Romantic, Bouncing Souls, Arrow Through the Heart. Yeah, because the Bouncing Souls are about the working class. That's why I fucking love them so much. This is why Buckster likes them, not to the extent that I do. That's why Trailer Trash likes them. I don't know about Jenna, but she's gonna get on that boat with us. You know why? Because if she doesn't, I'm gonna squeeze her fucking head off. That's how I roll. Kid. Really, really, really like that song, Kid. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole. You know, like the soccer chant. And then this verse. I love these lines. The Bouncing Souls, no one can beat us. We drink beer and wear Adidas. And I fucking wear Adidas daily. That's what I sport. That's how I roll. Yeah. I don't know why I just did that. Getting out of control. Wish Me Well. Love that song. It's Greg, and he sings with a girl. And I can't remember her name. Damn it. You know, you'd think I would at least write that down to give her some justice. Oh my goodness. This song surprised me when I first heard it. I thought, wow, he's got a girl singing with him on that, and they sound so good on it. Wish me well, kiss my ass, I hope you die. Wish me well, you can go to hell. And like the first part of the song, he's telling her off, and in the second verse she's telling him off. It's really cool. You should go listen to that song as soon as you get done listening to this, if you haven't heard it. Number 3. Damn it. You feel it, don't you? It's getting closer to the end. I'm getting upset. It's chatterbox withdrawals. That's what happens. If I'm not talking, I go crazy. I get night sweats and can't sleep, and it's so stressful. This mouth, you just got to keep moving. The Gold Record came out in 2006. And the Bouncing Souls do this a lot with some of their CDs. When they make it sound like you're listening to an LP, because you hear the needle, hitting the record, which is a cool effect. But the Gold Record really does the production of it. It has that warm, a little bit, I don't want to say fuzzy, how about hazy, like in a haze, cassette production. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like I put the old cassette in my dual cassette player over there. I'm kind of looking at it right now. And I'm having withdrawals from it right now. As soon as I get done, I'm putting a cassette in that bad boy. Maybe Nerf Herder. That's right, I said it. Nerf Herder on cassette, bitches. Anyway, I just love that warm cassette sound. The Gold song is awesome. 'Cause no, forgetting the words. So Jersey, sounds of the city. It just rolls along. And here's another album. When I first played this, I thought to myself, wow, this is really good. And the reason I'm telling you this, I didn't hear anything about this album before they released it, and I don't know, it just kind of came out of left field. And some bands you can find every little thing about. The Bouncing Souls aren't one of those bands, and I'm not saying that I thought they had quit or weren't playing music anymore. I just didn't hear about this. The Gold Record, I'm telling you, it was hard not to make a number one. There's a reason why, and I'll explain all that. But Lean on Sheena, that's a great video and a great song. Lean on Sheena, take your car to the record. No, it ain't record store. I don't know. I'm having a gigantic brain fart with the lyrics to these songs. Letters from Iraq, really cool song. It's when Greg's like reading a letter, and I'm not gonna go into the whole fucking war thing and politics. I've always said this, okay, when it comes to the military. I agree we get involved in too much shit that we shouldn't be involved in, talking about the United States. And I guess I can even understand some people just really not liking the military. But man, have respect for the young kids, men and women both, that sign up for the military and are kind of sacrificing their lives for their, for their family, for their kids, for us. And what I'm getting at is I hate it when you read, there'll be a story, Facebook, Twitter, and somebody will say, well, oh, a soldier died? Well, that's what he signed up for. Can't feel bad for him. Oh, shut the fuck up. This kind of, goes back to the decapitated rant that I went on. Like, whether you agree with the military or not, just remember that that soldier that died, he has a mom, a dad, kids, maybe a wife, a sister, brother. Just respect. That's all I'm saying. Alright. And that song really surprised me. The whole thing, I know there's a line in there, and Greg kind of brings it with passion. The whole thing's fucked. And great. The Bouncing Souls are one of those bands. They don't cuss a whole lot. They will. But the way he said fucked, and I'm not saying it to be funny, he was meaning it. Like, that song was personal to him. Number 2. Oh, this was hard. I love this album so much. How I Spent My Summer Vacation, 2001, on Epitaph. Hard to believe, right? I know. They were on Epitaph at one time. Epitaph used to be a good record label. I'm not trying to hate on Brett. I just don't like the newer bands he's been signed. True Believers. And the video's so awesome. It shows him in the bathroom, all pissing. I know what you're saying. Like, well, why is that so cool? I don't know. Because it's just like they don't care. Let's have a fun video with us and the fans. The Bouncing Souls actually care about their fans. That's what's cool. The Something Special, Manthem. Oh my God, I love this song. Dun, dun, dun. He's my alibi, my accessory to the crime, a bond that will never die to the end of time. I love this song. Hey, I'm gonna be going out with my brother, my friend. It's my brother. I'm his alibi. I got his back. Talking about the Buckster. I'm talking about Trailer Trash. And yeah, I'm talking about Jenna. And you know what? I'm even talking about Mom. Next time Mom goes out and parties, I'm right there. I'm a right-hand man. But if she gets out of line, I will fucking get her in a headlock. I'll be like, slow your roll, Mom. You already drank like 5 shots of vodka. Now you want to arm wrestle me? I'm just having fun. I think Mom's gonna listen to this one when I'm done, because she's like, I've never listened to one of your podcasts before. I would really like that. Well, Mom, I don't know if you will. Some of the shit your son says is probably not gonna be real fun on your ears. Gone. This song, Gone, is so special to me. I love the guitar riff in there. And I know it's a simple song, but the Bouncing Souls is, and I say this about all these bands, it's about the song, but really, that is the Bouncing Souls. They're not worried about guitar solos, and big drum fills and all that. They are about songs that we can relate to, and they want to play in your backyard. They're the band, they live in the house on the corner, they're going to have a barbecue, everybody's welcome. Come to the backyard, they'll play a show, and everybody has a good time. And that's what I get from the Bouncing Souls. But Gone, that song, Trailer Trash, his daughter Chandra, when she was, I want to say like 3 or 4, and we were recording our album. I said recording. Listen, a 4-track recorder is still recording. Anyway, she knew that song, Gone, and she would sing the words. Oh, it's really one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. You know, and I told her about that the other day on Facebook. It was so cool. And, you know, Bouncing Souls have given me a lot of good memories. That's why I'm so attached to them. So obviously you know who number one is. Anchors Away. The reason that this one is number one over How I Spent My Summer Vacation and the Gold Record, Anchors Away is the album that brings everything together. The only thing that's missing a little bit, I don't get any of the 80s stuff that they were so connected to, you know, in the earlier albums and songs, which is fine. I'm not saying every album has to have some kind of connection to the 80s to be good, but I always like the way they incorporated that into their song. But Kids and Heroes starts out as an acoustic. There's a nice guitar solo in this from Pete, and I just said they aren't worried about guitar solos. They're not, but it's a really cool solo in that song. Better Days, We Are the Highway Kings. Anchors Away. Anchors away, my friend. Dun, dun. It's a simple song, but it's so powerful. I love the video. And Michael McDermott on that song, the drums, he gets after it. And I'm From There. We were brothers forever in the dark and light. We fought the world and against each other. Something like that. But once again, that song reminds me of, you know, Trailer Trash and Jenna and Brian. And I like Brian's, not my Brian, not Buxter, but Brian Kindland, the bass player. The way his bass sounds on this album. Not that he's not good on the rest of them, because he is. But I hear it more on this album. And you know, Michael McDermott's drums, like I said, just really huge on this entire album. They jump out at you. Greg, the vocals, amazing as always. And like I said, and we get a couple guitar solos. It's an amazing album. Dare I say, masterpiece. There you go. I ranked them best, worst to best, and also remember, the Bouncing Souls have never put out a bad album. They haven't. And I don't care if you like it or not. Alright. Gotta get out of here. Gotta get ready. Getting ready to upload a video. Short music for short people. You will like it. Alright. Take it easy. And if it's easy, take it twice. I'm out.